Welcome to the Entrepreneurial CPA show, where we take a deep dive into knowledge needed to break free of the box and become the world-changing entrepreneur you want to be. As always, we hit you up with the theoretical and the practical skills you need to punch above your weight. I'm Garrett, keeping you grounded in the practical. And I'm here as always with the punching, the swinging, the Irish, theoretical expert, Dr. Sean. Today's show is brought to you by ProEra, reminding you that CPE doesn't have to be a grind, nor should it. And Hay & Rock Solutions, who provide the roadmap when you at your firm want to get into advisory services. Today's show, we're doing wrap-up show number two because it was that great, on the Accounting and Finance Show New York that just wrapped up last week. Dr. Sean and I were there, and we're sharing some of our insights and thoughts post-show with everybody. And with that, I'm going to kick it over to Dr. Sean.
Awesome, Garrett. Thank you for that. And so really, sort of the whole show that I thought, and then I'm going to throw it back to you, but sort of the whole show I thought really was a nice combination of, tracks, topics, and really experts that we're trying to focus on sort of all the headlines, topics, and sort of news stories that are impacting accounting and finance right now. And I do think that you were the chair, right, of the practice management track, right?
Yep.
And I know that I think you were on some panels, and you were chairing some panels, and you were doing some back and forth with the vendors that actually were on site. So really, Garrett, sort of catch all of us up on, right, sort of your insights after the show. I'm gonna throw it back to you.
Thanks, Dr. Sean. So yeah, Accounting and Finance Show, I chaired the practice management track. So we had 2 days, great sessions, great talks, a variety of people from, some of the sessions were kind of marketing, social media, content creation, how to build your own brand. We heard some great talks on mergers and acquisitions. I did a great panel on millennials. I talked about how to think like a startup and build your firm with a startup mentality. And that was a great session. We talked a lot about, hey, at your firm, what's your vision and what's your value proposition? Because without that starting point, without that roadmap of where you're going, you kind of just drive around aimlessly. And that's a big take, no matter what are the other pieces that we talked about in the practice and management track, whether it's the mergers and acquisitions, the marketing, millennials, growing your firm, tracking things inside your firm's KPIs, the whole gamut. It all kind of came back to that first question of, where are you going? Where are you going as a firm? What makes you different? What are you trying to accomplish? Because without that, all those other pieces that come down the line are kind of pointless, because you're just kind of driving around aimlessly. So that was a big point to kind of really think about. And for a lot of firms out there, we see that. You and I both see that when we work with firms, we talk with firms, we speak at conferences around the country, is the firms are not always sure where they're going, what makes them different, and what makes them unique. It's something I hope that everybody that was watching live and that's watching now online will take back and think about at their firm and their practice of what makes you different. Where are you going? What value do you bring as a firm? It's an important question to ask, because it impacts everything else that you do as a firm.
Yeah. No, and Garrett, I mean, probably the really core takeaway that I took, both out of your track and also right now during our follow-up conversations, is honestly the whole idea of answering that core question, right? What value are you actually bringing out to the marketplace, right? And with more and more of those base level tasks and processes being automated or being outsourced altogether, and it's really up to us as individuals and as firms to really be proactive and to go out there into the marketplace to outline and really sort of put out there what our individual sort of value add is. And I do think that's a very key point that is, all too often, I think, overlooked, right? Because it's because there is a whole bunch of buzz out there now, right? With all of the tools and the software programs out there, and all of that is awesome, but from a business point of view, you and your firm are going to have to go out there, outline, and then really highlight what value you are bringing out there to the marketplace that is different, one, and two, better, than all of the other firms out there.
Yeah, I think, Dr. Sean, I think we should do a whole separate show on that, a whole future show just on your purpose and your vision at your firm and your value prop, maybe even a couple shows. So it's very, very important. Before we run out of time here, I want to talk about something else that I saw that I really enjoyed at the show. We did a couple live updates.
Yes, we did.
We did one from the Wolters Kluwer Tax and Accounting booth. Mm-hmm. And very important in the background, a great piece of technology that they're just rolling out. It's called CCH Tax IQ. Mm-hmm. It's very interesting because it combines the knowledge that's in the firm's database, pulls in some AI, artificial intelligence, and it helps look through their clients, their tax files, their deductions, their AGI, those pieces, and pinpoint relevant information that would apply to them. And kind of automates that process of saying, hey, here's the tax updates coming out. Here's the clients that meet those criteria. And now we can pre-written emails out to these people automatically. So it's a great sign of AI coming to our firms at a very, very practical standpoint.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and I know that I was actually at a talk where the person who was giving the talk was actually highlighting all of the benefits of this program, and sort of the core takeaway I took was that okay, fine, AI is out there, great, but then here's a tool that is actually taking AI and then turning it into a actual program for us to use. So
yeah, great. It's great to finally see those practical applications of AI come to our firms. So we'll put a link below, Wolters Kluwer Tax and Accounting, CCH Tax IQ. If you want to check it out, we'll put a little link down there and a comment down below to learn more about it. But yeah, the Accounting and Finance Show, great time. Round 2 is coming up next week in LA. Hopefully you can make that one if you're on the West Coast. Otherwise, that's just about the time we have today. As always, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you attended the Accounting Show live, thank you for watching us. If you followed our coverage on social media, thank you as well. If you have questions on what you saw at the event or our social media coverage, reach out to Dr. Sean or myself, LinkedIn, Twitter, all the normal channels. We're happy to answer your questions. For those of you who want to keep the learning going, we want to show you a copy of our latest ebook, Evolution of an Entrepreneurial CPA. There'll be a link below and information on the screen how to sign up for your free copy. And as always, don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the little button up above. As we end up every show with, we challenge you to take action today to change the world and invest in yourself.